So you want a classic vintage stereo receiver. Well, of course, Pioneer, Sansui, that's what you want to do if you're serious about the hobby. That would be why I bought a Kenwood. Hi, welcome back. I'm glad you came back. I appreciate it. Here's another topic. I want to talk about the receiver that I have. The Kenwood 11G from between 1975 and 1978. I used to have a Pioneer SX790, like the one here. It had a lot of issues, and it's really hard finding somebody in my area to work on vintage electronics like receivers. There was a guy that I believe either retired or he might have passed away. He was pretty up there in age. And there's another guy here locally that does it, but it takes months to get anything into him. So I ended up finding the Kenwood. And the Kenwood was on Craigslist. It came with the GE 1000 graphic equalizer. And it also came with the Technics M45 cassette deck. And I got all three for $600. This was about 6 years ago. I didn't think I did too bad. Now, the tuning cable on the Kenwood was broke. I took it apart, tried to fix it. It was broke. I said, well, I'm not going to mess with it. I don't listen to the radio that much anyway. But I did end up finding a Pioneer down the road a year or two later, just a tuner. I got off a marketplace. I think I paid maybe $80 for it. So I do have a radio. The only issue I have with the Kenwood, or started having with the Kenwood, was the Phono channel. I started losing the right channel on it, and then sometimes the left channel. So I run everything through the auxiliary. I use channel selectors I got off of Amazon. I have a 4-channel and now a 2-channel. That I run the TV, everything through. The tape decks, I go through a realistic tape control center, the reel-to-reel, the Technics cassette tape deck up there, and the 8-track tape player, all run through that realistic tape control center. And then the other tape deck, the Technics M45, it runs through the EQ tape monitor too. So I'm able to break everything up. It was no big deal that I ran the Audio-Technica LP120 through the auxiliary because it has a built-in preamp. But when I had the Marantz hooked up and the Bang & Olufsen one that I just acquired, they don't have internal preamps. First, I picked up this small, cheap $14 preamp off of Amazon. It worked. It had a really small little bit of noise, but it wasn't anything too bad. But the level between that one and when I would turn on the Audio-Technica was quite different. Then I ended up getting the realistic 42 2102A preamp from the late 70s, early 80s. Picked it up off of eBay, and boy, it sounds great. The level is equal to what the Audio-Technica is, and it just really had more punch, and I really enjoy it. And it worked out really well. But the receiver, outside of that, and the tuner cable, works great. Some people call the Kenwoods big empty boxes, because when you open them up, they're not quite as congested as your Pioneers, your Sansuis, and other ones like that. Smaller power supplies and things like that. But it works for me. I never have that thing turned up past 2.5. And it'll blow you out of my small den. It'll blow you out of the house. It's pretty impressive. So that's the story on the receiver, the Kenwood 11G, the GE 1000 equalizer. And as a bonus, I got the Technics M45 cassette deck. So that's that story. And I just thought I'd share with you how I run everything through the auxiliary, bypassing the Phono channel altogether. And if I ever do find somebody here locally that will work on vintage equipment, I might have that issue cleaned up and fixed. So with that, if you find something that works for you, even if it's not the sought after brands that everybody wants, give it a shot. I enjoy mine. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.